So let's start. Simple cross-leg position. Take a moment to feel your sitting bones, to feel your feet. As I said, it's about the grounding. It's really just to feel that you have roots and you can really grow from them. So pressing out the edges, spreading your toes, feeling the sitting bones. So feeling the foundation is solid, is firm. Roll your shoulders, gently squeezing your shoulder blades, pushing your knees away, lifting your chest a little bit higher and moving your chin a little bit more backwards. So then relax your shoulders, relaxing your arms. Find the position for your hands so it will be more comfortable. And for today, I will ask you to have your palms facing down. So use your hands on the thighs. So it's another action, more grounding, more just like feeling the base of the pose. So from here, gently rotate the skin on your thighs externally. So from the inner thighs to the outer thighs, pressing your feet, close your eyes, just noticing your breath, inhalation, feeling your chest, your belly expands, and with exhalation, gently contracts. So a couple of those breaths, really trying to focus on the center. We've been practicing last week's more poses, more focused on the core, on the center. So for today, also to feel this. Just to keep your energy in. So breathing in and exhaling, finding the chest, your belly slightly contracts. Relaxing your facial muscles, relaxing your shoulders. And gently pushing your thighs, external rotation and down to the floor, pressing your feet, feeling your sitting bones. And from this, lengthening both sides of your torso, lengthening your spine. Leaning a little bit more backwards on the back of your sitting bones, so you can feel your center. Getting position of the pelvis, core muscles and muscles alongside your spine. Then slowly join your palms in front of your chest, pressing your wrists against each other, and using sides of your thumbs to raise skin on your sternum higher. Now pressing your hands a little bit more, feeling your wrists together, feeling your palms, the whole length of the fingers. Try to feel that when you press your hands, also something in your center is a little bit more compact. Another deep breath in and out. Feel this firmness in your core, feel the length of the spine, feel your chest open, and slowly bow your head to your heart. Then release your arms, palms up on your heart, and with next inhalation, raise your head and open your eyes. So finding this center, so everything bringing together. With next inhalation, raise your arms up, breathing in, stretching, and exhaling, lowering your arms. Again, it's like you're bringing everything closer. Inhale, open your arms, open your chest. Exhale, contract your abdominal muscles, lowering your arms, bringing them to the midline. Inhaling and exhaling, finding this action. One more time, raise your arms up, and this time cross your thumbs, stretching, going from side to side, just to warm up and feel the spaces in between your ribs. Use your right side, your left side, pressing your feet and pointing knees down. Relaxing your facial muscles. And then change cross of your thumbs. And again, going from side to side, feeling the base, feeling your sitting bones, feeling your feet outer edges, spreading the toes. Okay, so one more deep breath in and out, going from side to side, come back to center. Yes, and now squeeze your head in between your upper arms a little bit more. Draw your shoulders down, trying to squeeze your shoulder blades so you can feel this compactness in your rib cage as well. So inhaling and exhaling, try to squeeze, contract your abdominal muscles, and then release your arms. A couple of circles with your shoulders, a little bit movement with your head from side to side, feeling sides of your neck stretched. And then change the cross of your legs. So take a moment, straightening your legs forward, and then changing the cross, walking your feet deeper under your knees, adjusting your calves, pointing knees down, and leaning forwards and backwards like making cat and cow. But it's more focused on the pelvis, so you're not moving with your head. So keep your eyes level and just feel the movement of the pelvis, tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards. Just notice the action in your lower back, but in your center, in your core. Yes, feeling this when the rib cage and belly pushing forwards and contracting when the pelvis is tilted back. One more deep inhalation, finding neutral position to the whole length of the spine. And with next inhalation, raise your arms in front of you, interlock your fingers. You can do a couple of movements just with your wrists, rotating both ways. So to stretch your fingers, to stretch your wrists. And then push your, still having your hands in a line with your shoulders, pushing your hands away, pressing your fingers to the back of the hands. So take deep breath in and exhale, rotating your palms so your palms facing you. So exhale, bring it together. So inhale, open, and exhale, bring it closer, rounding your back a little bit more. Inhaling, opening your chest, and exhaling, rotating, bringing your palms to your heart, rounding slightly your pelvis, tilting it back. So one more time, round your pelvis, bring your chin a little bit more to the sternum. Inhale, open your chest, and raise your arms up. And give yourself another stretch from side to side. So just another lovely warm up, stretching your right side, stretching left side, smiling, relaxing facial muscles, and feeling the base of your pose. One more time, inhale, come back to center, stretch your arms as high as possible, lengthening both sides, and exhale, lowering your arms. Change interlock of your fingers. And the same, this time maybe a little bit more on rotation. That's stretching, so making the rotation in your wrists, so you have your palms together, and just doing anything with the hands when you still have wrists and palms together. So rotation, circular movement, like drawing the infinity symbol. It's one direction and then the other one. Yes, just with your wrists. The focus on this movement is like the number 8. Yes, in different orientation, one direction and then the other. So you notice the one direction is much easier than the other one. So reverse motion. Yes. And then come back to center, rotate your palms, try to have your fingers interlocked to the roots. Yes, so feeling the roots of your fingers, feeling tip of your thumbs together. Raise your arms up, breathing in, and just reaching higher. You can close your eyes and try to notice both sides of your torso, feeling front and the back, and just reaching up with every inhalation, trying to lengthen your spine, trying to lengthen both sides of your torso, pressing your feet, having your knees down. Finding your center, so sitting a little bit more on the back of the sitting bones, feeling the navel goes back to the spine. One more deep breath in, and exhale. Release your arms, relax your shoulders, and stretch your legs forward. Stretch your legs forward and move a little with your feet, with the toes. Squeeze and spread your toes a couple of times, pointing your toes forwards, feeling the front of your shins, kneecaps, pushing your heels. Okay, so feeling the soles of your feet, and then a couple of circles, one direction, then the other one, just to warm up your ankles. Yes, we will work a little bit more on the feet today. So this will be exactly our roots, our solid foundation, but also on the hands. So stay with the feet maybe slightly wider. You don't have to have them wide, like hip width apart. Just have them separate. Spread your toes pointing up to the ceiling. So really feel the soles of the feet are opened. And that's what we've been working recently also, this to lengthen the inner leg. So to go with the inner heel and the ball of the big toe forward. And when you spread your toes, spread your fingers as well. So feeling so like your soles, your palms and soles of your feet, same open, your toes and fingers outstretch as much as you can. Yes, try to notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Yes, it's so same to open the right hand and the left foot. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. Yes. Or squeeze and feel this. Feel the contraction in the palms, but also feel the contraction in the soles of your feet. And then again, open as much as you can and squeeze. So we know that once you open your hands, squeeze your toes now. So hands opened, toes and feet squeezed, contracted. Yes, and then swap. Open the toes, squeeze your hands and feel the difference. You might hide the thumb inside your fingers, inside your hand, to really feel the stretch. Spread your toes, but squeeze your hands. And then again, one more time, squeeze your toes, open your hands. And then swap. Open toes, squeeze your fingers. Try to swap it a couple of times in your own pace. Yes, yes, feeling this. Squeezing and opening, and then relax. So do another movement with your feet. Good. So let's start today on standing. On standing, if you have anything like blog or a book, you don't have to be precisely this one. It might be the flat one or a book or something you can stand on. So we will start. And also a chair. So you're standing in front of your chair, so you can hold the back of the chair and just to stand with the heels on this block. So the chair is in front of you, so you can have your balance, have your feet slightly wider, and standing on your heels, pushing your thighs backwards, opening your front, so you can have your hands just gently on the backrest of the seat of your chair, or standing Tadasana, so you can have it just for the balance, but you don't have to use it if not necessary. So try to lean backwards as far backward as you can, tucking your tailbone, noticing the stretch in the front of the thighs, really trying to feel the weight on your heels and spreading the toes. Spreading the toes as much as you can, extending your arms or holding the chair, whatever you feel it's better for you for now. Just trying to notice the position of the pelvis. So back to the center, tucking your tailbone, pushing your buttocks slightly more forward, but standing on your heels. So you should feel this lovely stretch and action in the front of the thighs and your hip flexors. If it feels okay, you can raise both arms up, reaching up, and same, trying to feel the same action, buttocks pointing down, even a little bit more backwards. Yes, so you have a chair, so you can raise one arm at a time. If it really feels unstable, try to feel the heels and the balls of your feet, spreading the toes, reaching up, pointing your buttocks down, lengthening, but in the same time, feeling this firmness in your center, feeling the firmness in your legs, so building up a strength in the legs. And if it feels okay, you can come to gentle Utkatasana. So still having the weight on your heels. If you need to, use the chair to support yourself, but you can use your arms to lengthen, standing on your heels, and I want you to feel the power in your quads or fire, whatever you call it. Also the deep, deep action in your buttocks, yes, outer hips, everything is working. So strong legs, solid foundation, grounding. And slowly come up, relax your arms, step flat, standing flat, with the feet just on the mat. And notice the difference. Yes, maybe you are still kind of standing more on your heels rather than leaning forward. So that's more intense stretch. So move this brick a little closer to the chair. So this time you will support both of your feet. So of course, stretching the calves and Achilles's will be much more intense now. So that's the moment you might use the chair really to lift the front, to lean back, to stand on your heels, so to flex your feet. So notice that the ball of the big toe and the little toe are on the same level. And same, lift your chest, open your chest. And just feel the stretch. Try to be as much with the weight on your heels as possible. If it feels okay to raise both arms, raise both arms. If you feel like only one for the balance, so hold the other, keep the other hand on the chair. So keep lengthening. You're still trying to push your bum forward. Feel the stretch in the front of the thighs. Feel this compactness in your core. Reaching up and just trying to bend your legs a little. Yes, just like taking your center a little bit more down. Yes, grounding position to feel what is happening in the center, in the core, in your legs. One more deep breath in and slowly relax. And then step flat. So standing flat and in Tadasana, notice how you feel your legs, your feet and toes. So inhale, raise your arms, reach up, and exhale, come to Utkatasana and notice the difference. So same, try to be on your heels, keep pushing your knees back, yes, without leaning forward, just like you pretend that you're sitting on this chair. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, and slowly come up, relax. And placing here so you have a backrest of the on the chair, so you can place your forearms on it and step back, support your forehead on your forearms, relax your head, and finding the distance for your legs. So your heels will be under your hips. So tuck your tail, sucking the belly in, and just move with your toes. So finding this contraction in the abdomen. Is just lift your toes, pressing your heels, standing, yes, more with the weight on your heels, pushing your thighs backwards, drawing your kneecaps up, so feeling this firmness in the legs. And then feeling this firmness in your feet, so pressing the big toes, the ball of the big toes, keep the toes up, and then slowly lengthen them. Okay, so notice your inner arches, pressing out the edges, tuck your tailbone, so keep your core muscles active. And then just raise your big toes. Just the big toes to lift the inner arches. Good. Pressing out the edges a little more. Then press your big toes and raise the other four. The other four, little toe as well. And then spreading the skin on the soles of your feet. Press the little toes, so only 3 will remain up. Yes, and feel your thighs, feel your quads, feel your kneecaps, keep lengthening lower back, breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly relax your toes, soften your knees, round your back. You can step closer to your chair to slowly come up, stand up to Tadasana. So standing in Tadasana, this time place your feet together. So still facing your chair, with the chest open, so standing a little bit closer, so you don't have to lean forward to reach your chair, and just trying to come to your Vrikshasana tree pose. So you can start even with the foot. So you're facing the front, your front facing the chair. So I show you from the side. Okay, so just placing the foot on the inner calf. Or even if it's still too much, kind of like your foot is staying on the floor, your heel is up. But with this action, you don't have to think about the open hip too much, so to lift the leg up. Yes, so try to feel the standing leg. So today it's more about grounding, feeling the floor with those four corners of your foot, of the standing foot. Is trying to lift the 3 little toes up. So you have a chair, you don't have to think about the balance, you don't have to worry about it. Just all the attention, all the awareness coming to the standing foot. Yes, try to feel the, without looking, try to feel the big toe and little toe. Notice how you feel your inner heel and outer heel. Is this foot very wobbly? Is this ankle really dancing all the time? So what you can do just to stabilize this. So try to work with the leg, try to contract the thigh, try to draw the kneecap up, but also try to contract your core muscles. So to find this firmness, to find this center. If it feels okay, you can raise the arms up. But if it's too much, you have a chair. But I want you to feel this leg. Don't think about the leg going to the side. It will eventually open, but this grounding position for the standing leg. Good. And then relax. So relax, you can shake your legs a little and change the side. So the other foot on your calf. Yes. Remember all these practices we did, so when you lift the other leg, don't let this hip go out to the side. So finding this firmness, you will work again with the pelvic floor, with your center. So holding your chair, just trying to notice how you feel the standing foot. If you feel like you can challenge yourself a little because you have a chair. So again, it's not about the balance. You can close your eyes. Because normally, I don't know the person who is able to do the tree pose with the eyes closed. I am not able to keep my balance in this one with the eyes closed. It's just like a part of the second and then you're losing balance. That's how important the eyes are as well. Okay? So feeling this action, try to feel the foot, first your foot, then center, and then eventually can raise the arms up. But notice the big toe, little toe, inner and outer foot, outer heel. So that's those four corners of your foot is the roots. Feel this like a tree, really grounded. Yes. Feeling the earth, even if it's through the mat and through the carpet and some floors under. Yes, so feeling this grounding position, feeling the center, and then relax. So for the second one, we're going to this Trikonasana. You can place another forearm on the chair first. Step back, feet hip width apart, legs to lower back, support your forehead, and again, work with the feet, work with toes, trying to lift the three middle toes up. So really trying to focus on those four corners of your feet. So like four roots, it's like wheels in the car, firmly pressed. So there is no wobble. Observe the ankles. Yes, we've been working on this. We have to work with the outer edges like sharp, like blades. We've been working on it. So feel your inner legs active. Keep tucking your tail. Four corners of your feet. One more deep breath in. And then place your feet, stay with the head on your forearms. Just place your feet together. If you feel that is too much for your abdomen or lower back, keep them apart. But if you can keep them together, so join your inner heels, join your big toes, spreading the rest of your toes, and trying to squeeze the outer ankles in. Draw your kneecaps up. Watch your lower back, so find this center. Yes, your core muscles. Navel goes up to the spine. Yes, feel this a little bit more weight. So slightly shifting the weight on your right foot, left foot. So you'll notice the difference. Yes, very gently, head is down. Just notice the difference. And then bend your legs. You can step closer to stand up, rounding your back, slowly standing up. So for the next one, you can turn your chair. We don't need this block for now. So we'll go to this downward facing dog and up to a couple of times. So now placing your hands with the fingers pointing slightly more outwards, walking your feet back. Yes, finding those four corners firmly grounded, going to this modified downward facing dog, pushing your thighs back. Yes, lifting the three middle toes if possible, drawing your kneecaps up and feeling this contraction in the quads. So finding the solid base in your downward facing dog. Feeling the stretch in your armpits, lengthening lower back, so spine is lovely and long. And keep your head in between the upper arms, so don't let your head just hang. Keep your neck in line with the thoracic spine. Yes, breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Press your heels. Push your shin bones back. You can even lift your toes for a moment. Spread your toes. And rounding your back, tucking your tailbone, slowly push your pelvis forward to this up dog position. Opening your chest. So gently, gently pushing forward. And using your core muscles to lift, to round your lower back, to push back to your downward facing dog. So do this slowly in your own pace, 3 more times. Trying to feel the root of your toes, so the balls of your feet, ball of the big toe and little toe, that you're staying with this really firmly on the mat. That your ankles are not rolling out or in. You're just moving forward and backwards. When you finish 3 times in your own pace, stay for a moment. It's in your up dog. So next time when you find yourself in the up dog, really push the floor away. Try to feel your core muscles stretched now. If you feel some tension in the lower back, try to contract your core muscles, like suck the belly in, and it should give you a little bit more relief in the lower back. So inhaling and exhaling slowly back to your downward facing dog. And this time, step forward with your right foot. Right foot forward under the chair. But this time going to triangle pose, so turn your left heel in. So as always, the front heel pointing to the inner arch of your back foot. Place your left hand on your hip, making a twist to the right, and still having your hand on the chair, maybe using this another, finding the position for your hands so it will be in line with the right leg, and opening your chest. So we are much higher than usually, trying to just place the hand on the ankle or on the shin, so you can work more a little now with your feet. So try to lift the big toe in your back foot, pressing outer edge, trying to feel your inner leg. Yes. Big toe up, and try to, of course you cannot see that, but try to lift the 3 middle toes in the right foot under the chest. So opening your chest, taking your left shoulder back, turning your belly from right to left, smiling. If it feels okay, you can raise the arm and even look up. So you can trust your legs and trust your feet and your hand on the chair even. So that's your root, that's the base of the pose. So you can do whatever you please with your torso, with your head, with your eyes. So breathing in and carefully back to this downward facing dog. So first your hands, lift your left heel, the back heel up, and step back, adjusting yourself, adjusting distance. So have your feet hip width apart, stretch your spine, notice the difference between the sides. And now your left leg forward. So your left leg forward in the center, right heel in, and then placing your left hand also in line with your left leg, left foot, placing your right hand on your hip, rotating. So take a moment, start really from the base. So it's like a late summer, getting ready for autumn. So it's like slowing down. It's not like fire of the summer. It's just slowly earth elements for your feet, for the pose, to feel it, to slow down. Maybe you are still not ready, but this is the moment we have to gather the energy for autumn. Yeah, so digest all of this summer actions. Rotate your chest, rotate your belly, feel your feet. Try to lift the big toe in your right foot, the back foot, and lift the 3 middle toes under the chair, so in your left foot. And then you can raise the arm and maybe look up, but notice what is happening. You have all of this now support your chair. So to focus on the balance, to focus on the sensations coming from your feet. And now take a moment really to process it. It's like really trying to feel, are your ankles still wobbling, still dancing, or you feel that like a solid foundation through the feet, solid, strong legs, and center, this firmness in the center, not just hanging, it's firm, it's opened, but it's active, it's contracted. Inhale and exhale, carefully come back to your downward facing dog. So if you feel this is too much, this is a big stretch, so you can come closer, and this time you will be lower, placing your forearms on the seat and supporting your forehead on your forearms. So you don't have to stretch, but if you feel downward facing dog, this modification is good for you, so you can stretch the arms, stretch your armpits open, the sides of your body, working more with the legs as well. Breathing in, pressing outer edges, pressing the ball of the big toes and 3 middle toes, try to lift them up. It's really great practice to feel grounded, but also to feel uplifted. So the middle parts of your feet are going up, sucking the energy up, breathing in, breathing out, and slowly, carefully come closer to the chair, rounding your back to stand up. So standing up for a moment without the chair in Tadasana. So standing in Tadasana, noticing this, what we just did, so finding this solid foundation through the feet. We've been doing this, some part of this practice last week, but today we will focus again on the balance. So you have a chair, so you don't have to worry about it. So you can work on the feet, especially on the standing leg. So I want you to, when you're standing now on your right foot, on the left foot, shifting the weight on the left, so your right foot will turn like we did just before in triangle pose. So your right foot, your toes pointing to the side, your left foot, your toes pointing forward. So it's like 90-degree angle, just the heel pointing to the inner arch of the foot. Notice your hips. Yes, feel this action. Try to turn your belly to the left. Yes, breathing in. Just notice this action. Yes. Probably it's easier to just collapse the inner arch in your right foot. So try to be a little bit more on the outer edge. Not even mention to lift the 3 middle toes up when your feet are in this strange position. Try to keep your legs straight a little bit more, and then relax and change. Yeah. So your left foot, your toes pointing to the side, right foot pointing forward, so still in Tadasana. Make sure that it's okay for the knees, so you're not pushing too much through the knees, so you're working more with the quads. So if you feel like hypermobility in the knees, so you can soften your knees. But try to work more with the hips, work more with the quads, not the knees itself that you're pushing too much. And feel the rotation. And you might notice that this side is a little bit more different. Same, the inner arch of the foot is really like to collapse. So make sure that you are on the outer edge and you should feel this firmness in your bum. Yes, that like your sitting bones are coming closer. And the outer hip is really, really working hard. So that's the action, that's the shape we're looking for our legs and feet. And this time when you go, so relax your legs for a moment, I show you quickly what we'll be doing next. So same, finding the distance, so you are with the feet apart, but this time you will come again to this, so your hands are on the seat. Your feet will be exactly in the same position. So make sure that this, you're starting with the bent leg, lifting this top leg up, and it's still your toes pointing the opposite direction. Yes, so from here, now you're turning your belly to the chair, but just lifting and opening the hips. So eventually we will raise the arm up for Ardha Chandrasana. but you can stay with the hands on the seat, just trying to work with this and maybe soften the knee. Yeah, so this Ardha Chandrasana for the hips, but also for the standing leg. Yeah, so your right heel is pointing, or left, depends on what leg you are standing now. So inner arch, yes, your heel pointing to the inner arch of your front foot. And then, so Braha, place this foot behind you. Yes, right foot behind your left. Yes. And now raise this leg up. Yes. So the one foot pointing towards the chair, the other foot pointing 90-degree angle away. Yes, and you're lifting this leg. So lift this leg and notice the standing leg. Notice the standing hip, buttock. Yes. Yes, make sure the weight is on the leg, so you're not leaning onto the chair. Chair is helping you with the balance. Yes. So lifting the leg, maybe raise the arm up as well, opening chest, breathing in, breathing out. Notice the standing leg. So it doesn't matter how high you can raise the leg. This is about the standing leg today. So feel the outer hip. And then come back to center. And so you can do a couple of cat and cow, soften your knees. A couple of those. So feel your lower back. And then again, when you stand facing the chair and taking this chair, the other leg away, so make sure this hip is not pointing out, it's sucked in. So you're still trying to have it first about this square, the chair, and then rotating, but sucking this buttock in. Yes, and then eventually opening chest, pushing chair, lifting, and finding this standing leg is like really, really firm. So take a moment. If you need to adjust yourself, do this a couple of times. So notice the foot on the floor. I know that once you raise the leg and once you raise the arm, so the whole awareness will just, and energy will go to the raised arm and leg. But try to feel the base, your foot. Yes, can you lift the 3 middle toes up when you're standing on this foot? Yes, when the other leg is up. Yes. Can you contract the core muscles a little bit more? Inhaling and exhaling. Relax, release, and again, you can place your forearms on the seat, softening your knees, support your forehead. As you can do now a couple of movements with the pelvis going from side to side. And then slowly come up. So I know this is tricky because we have all those different chairs. So if you feel this will be okay for you, you might try. If it doesn't work for you because of the chair of the hip, so come to the previous one. But if you can again turn the chair so the backrest is facing you, and you have this right foot pointing towards the chair, and the left foot pointing out of it. Then placing the hands so this backrest, so this chair is still too low for me, but I can feel that my leg is vertical. I can use my hand here and the other hand on the seat to open so I really don't have to work on the balance. I can lean on my chair or bring it a little closer. If you have a blanket or something like a pillow to feel this, because this leg needs to point towards the chair, this one away from the chair, rotating. So you have both hands on the chair and you can lift the leg up a couple of times to really work with that, with this. Yes? So it should be the lovely version of this. But if, yes, Carol. Yes, so the left groin is touching the chair. Place your left hand on the seat. Left hand on the seat, yes. Yes, and now rotate. The right foot is pointing to the side, yes, not to the chair. And lift the leg, so it's half moon pose. Yes, Wendy, so your left foot is pointing under the chair, hopefully. Yes, yes, Liz. Yes, and now turn the belly, feel your center, feel the core. Yes, raise the leg. Of course, yes, 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 Bernadette, a little more for the outer hip. Yes, so keep smiling. This is half moon pose. Feel the standing leg. I know that your whole awareness is now in the flying leg, but be grounded. Observe what is happening there, and then carefully come back. You can place both hands on the seat. Yes, and then again, you're facing your feet facing under the chair. You have this in your left groin, turning your right leg, sucking the left outer hip in, so you can soften the knee, rotate the thigh externally. Keep pressing the outer edge and having your left hand on the seat, right hand on the backrest. Yes, you're rotating. Yes, yes. And it should feel very stable, so you can really scan your body from the base. So think what your foot is doing under the chair. Braha, your leg is pointing to this wall behind you. Yes, turn the belly to the right. The leg is pointing behind you like triangle we did. Yes, in a line with the middle of the mat. Yes, in a line with the mat. Yes, yes, open your chest, open. Place your right hand on the seat, on the backrest. Yes, and open your chest. Turn your belly to the right. Turn. Yes, it's like a triangle. Just the other leg is up. Yes, that's Ardha Chandrasana. Good. And it feels absolutely fantastic for the hips. Hopefully you can feel it. So now it's time to sit on your chair, just with the feet hip-width apart, so just sitting on the edge, doing a couple of pelvis tilts. So we have like another point of grounding. We have our feet on the floor. We have our sitting bones on the seat. Yeah, so finding this connection. Yes, just grounding, feeling those four corners of your feet, feeling those sitting bones. Yes, opening your chest, working with the core muscles. So tilting a couple of times your pelvis forward and backwards. And to work with the hip and the foot in the same time. When you bring your right leg up and the foot and the ankle on the outside of the knee, to try to have those four corners of your foot like standing on the floor or on the wall. So the sole of the foot is vertical. So try to notice that you're pushing through the inner heel and the ball of the big toe. And just opening your chest, tucking your tailbone, so sucking the belly in, so feeling this a little bit more contracted. And maybe you are able to lean a little bit more forward. If it's too much, so stay seated tall. If you can go, just work more on the foot on the floor. Work on the foot in the space. So there is nothing, you can refer to. To try to feel the foot is active. The sole of the foot is really open. Yes. Feeling those four corners of the foot. Just noticing how you feel this in the hip. Yes. To open, and to lean a little bit more forward. Breathing in. Yes, just carefully thinking about this external rotation in the right thigh. Feeling the foot on the floor, feeling both of your sitting bones firmly pressed. The weight is not more on one than the other. And then come back to center. Again, place both feet on the floor and change the side. So noticing the foot on the floor, the foot in the air. So sole of the foot lengthening through the inner heel, lengthening through the ball of the big toe, and pointing the knee down. So you can feel this action in the outer hip. That's similar action, this contraction or stretch, whatever you might feel when you've been raising this leg up. Yes, trying to rotate the belly Yes, with the strange position of the feet, so again, slightly forward. Feeling both of your sitting bones. Yeah, so make sure that the sides of your torso stay even, so you're not leaning on one side more than the other one. So this is even, and you're going forward. Yes, even if it's a tiny movement, you can really feel this opening in the hip. Yes, action in the foot, so keep pushing the inner heel, ball of the big toe, keep smiling, so make sure that the foot is not, the sole of the foot is not pointing up or somewhere else. This is really parallel to the wall on the side. So feeling one more time, tuck your tailbone, keep smiling, it should feel great for the hip. And then carefully relax. So placing your feet and knees wider with your toes pointing more outwards. Just do a couple of those lovely movements for the spine, rotating, tilting your pelvis, and rolling your spine carefully, slowly down to the floor. Relaxing your head, then placing the back of the hands on the floor to completely relax your shoulders. Look at the navel. Feeling this. As you can gently move your head from side to side. Notice your neck. And then carefully using your hands, slowly sitting up. Yes, bringing your feet together. So just another moment to sit. Just sit, doing nothing with it. A lot for the hips. Yes, maybe you can also feel it, hopefully not, but also the knees. So this was intense. So for a moment, keep your inner heels together. You can look even at your feet. Keep your big toes together, spread them out. It's like really find those four corners of your feet. Yes, press your heels. Feel your sitting bones. So tuck your tailbone. Place your hands, your palms facing down on your thighs to find this grounding, rooting position. So tucking your tailbone, you can feel a little bit more of contraction in your center, in your abdomen. Roll your shoulders, move your chin back, close your eyes, and just try to feel your roots. That is like really firmly pressing your feet, feeling your sitting bones, feeling the whole length of the spine. It's like finding that your tailbone is slightly more tucked under. It's like an anchor, really firmly pressed. And from this lengthen your spine. Lengthen both sides of your toes. Try to feel without looking at your feet, those four corners of your feet. So being aware of your base. Trying to find sitting bones, the way you feel them. Right and the left one, your hips. And by pressing your feet more, slightly tucking your tailbone more. Notice how you feel your center. So by pressing your feet, by pressing your hands to your thighs, to ground, to feel that support, to feel that base, foundation. Notice how you feel inside. Maybe it's more contraction, maybe it's lifting action. Just to be aware what is happening deep within, in your center. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. Try to find this firmness, try to find this length, and keep it when you open your eyes. And feeling more connected. So that's us ready for Shavasana. So anything you might need, your socks, your blanket, your pillows. If you like to stay with the chair for your Shavasana, there is a modification as always. So being in Supta Trikonasana, so either you coming to this pose with the soles of the feet together on the edge of the seat, or you just, if you decide not to use the chair, you're simply staying with the soles of the feet together and edges, and then you will stretch the legs either on the floor or over the chair. So whatever you feel. So if you decide to use the chair, place the soles of the feet together, so outer edge is sharp. And then this is another moment to just to observe, how do you feel? So you can close your eyes once you're ready. So you can place your hands on your center, on your belly, and feeling the soles of your feet together, either on the chair or on the floor. There's not a big difference. It's just the way you can feel more comfortable with the chair or without. So hands on the belly, lower back long. So now find the root. It's like the whole back is supported on the floor, on the earth. So back of your head, your shoulder blades, back ribs, your pelvis, your sacrum. So the whole spine is supported. Keep slightly tapping your tailbone. So it's like you're pointing your buttocks towards the heels. So you can feel a little bit more contraction in your center, in the core. And breathing in and out, but still finding the base, finding this foundation, finding the root. So if your feet are on the floor, you can feel sharp the outer edges of the feet, spreading the toes and trying to find those four corners of your feet together. It's having the feet together like hands in Namaskara Mudra. So for a moment before we go to Shavasana, join your palms in front of your chest in Namaskara Mudra, pressing your hands against each other and pressing your feet against each other, finding this firmness and noticing how you feel the center. How you feel now when you're using feet and hands, how you feel your spine on the floor, how you feel your torso. Simply being aware of the position, how you feel yourself on the mat. Just breathe normally, press your feet and hands, finding those four corners of your feet together, finding your inner and outer wrist, the ball of the index finger and the little finger together, thumbs together. And then relax. Relax your arms and legs, stretching your legs forward, supporting back of the knees on the chair, finding distance between your feet, or just if you decide to stay flat, so your legs on the floor. Yes, finding now the ease. So letting your inner organs be completely relaxed, letting your facial muscles be relaxed. Slow, deep inhalation, feeling the whole length of the body, feeling your feet, feeling your legs completely relaxed, your hips, your abdominal muscles, your inner organs, let them drop towards the spine. Feeling your shoulders heavy, feeling your arms, hands heavy and relaxed, open. Relaxed facial muscles, your eyes are soft. Relaxing your eyeballs, let them drop deep down into the sockets. Relaxing your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue, so lips are barely touching. Deep inhalation, full exhalation for your Shavasana. Slowly start lengthening your inhalations, your exhalations. Start gently moving with your fingers, with your toes. You carefully raise your arms over your head, stretching yourself. And when you're ready, bending your legs one at a time, slowly, carefully turn to your side. Stay for a moment on your side, bring your knees closer, rounding your back. So taking another deep breath in and out. Then use your hands to sit up. So carefully, slowly sitting tall, drawing your palms in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Just one more time. Feel the base, feel your feet, your sitting bones, with your hands together. Breathing into your belly, creating more space within. And with your next exhalation, slowly bow your head to your heart. And thank yourself for today's yoga, your time and your practice. Inhale, raise your head, open your eyes. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Any questions, let me know. And yeah, hope you enjoy your foundation.